Newsflash! Back in 1944, a black man would not be able to be on the TV screen, but here I am, invading. I'm not. So, as you can see, DCUO is not the only one that can go black and white. Ha ha ha! What? They did it? I want to do it too. It was cool. I like it. I'm all mono. You can't even tell I'm black. It's great. I'm pretty. It's all fun and games. All fun and games. So Meps just did come out on the Discord and said there were some tech issues after the stream. Sad face, but it does happen. And the Q&A will be done next week on Ask DCUO. So apparently I'm doing Ask DCUO next week. Who knew? I think I had that night off. I can do it. So tonight we're going to be talking about the Stats Revamp. Is going to be our main topic, but first we're going to talk a little bit about episode 28, which, by the way, if you guys are here on the stream, you can go over to twitch.tv/illusion. That's ELUSIAN. He is streaming the test server on his over on his Twitch, so you guys can check out what the content looks like, the raids and open world and all that stuff. The vendor gear is not on the test server yet. They're still finalizing some prices on it and some other things probably. So, there you go. And I like how people are still asking questions. They're still asking questions. So, I have a 24-hour night. Not tonight. Tell you what. So, episode 28, the live stream was tonight. And we had Meps, we had SJ, and we also had... For the first time, we had Oceans, the environmental artist for episode 28. And then we also had T-Lantern, who was the one of the content designers for episode 28, showing off the new alert. And we also get to see the open world for 1944, for 1940s. It was really cool. We had this nice European landscape. It looked really cool. And there were a lot of sandbags. There's different kinds of sandbags. Who knew there were different kinds of sandbags? I'm not going to sandbag this, though. And we saw there is the 1944, the JSA Wonder Woman, which apparently is a politic, but I'll wait for the game to tell me that. Thank you, Catmon. And we have our Wonder Woman here back in time. We are partnered up with the Blackhawks and Rip Hunter, because, you know, time travel. And we have to go and stop Baron Von Savage. And also, I'm... not going to do spoilers, but we're also having to fight another villain that if you watch Legends of Tomorrow, you know exactly who it is. You know. So, what are we looking at for this content? In this content, we have 2 open world missions, 2 open world zones, 2 open worlds. One is going to be set in this European 1940s area, and the other one is going to be in Area 51, but Area 51 is split. It's a time rift right down the middle, where we have a 1940s Area 51, and then today's Area 51. 2 open world areas that are both for solos and also for group content. Now, there are no solos or duos in the actual on-duty menu, which, when visually looked, it's like, oh man, the solo people just got shafted. Small content just sucks. Not necessarily, as Meps has stated multiple times, that there are tons of missions in these open world areas, where I believe there's like 10 missions to do in the European area. Now, most likely, in that first month of this episode being released, players are going to get bored of those missions and complain that there's not much to do. Also, in this content, we have a new alert. We also have a new operation. A new alert and a new operation. Both 4 players, okay? 4-player alert, 4-player operation. We have 2 of them. Want to make sure. There should be 2 of them. I specifically remember them saying there was 2. I'll even double check because it's not right here in front of me. Because I suck at my job. I read it. I read the blog. Open world mission. Time torn Area 51. War torn village. Open world missions. Saving Justice, 4-player alert. Ultimate Soldier, oh damn, it's only actually, oh there it is. Ultimate Soldier, the 8-player raid and elite raid. And then War Crimes, the 4-player operation. And then Justice for All, the 8-player raid and elite raid. So you basically go alert, raid, alert, operation, operation, whatever. So you go 4-8-4-8. That's how the storyline goes. And which, of course, for storyline purposes, you really got to take a look at it, right? You just gotta. So, and that's all the content. So we have 2 raids, and we also have 2 elite raids. It is a downer as a small content player that we don't actually have an elite alert. It would have been nice if we had kind of an elite alert. So, no, there is no duo, and there is no solo to queue up for. All the small group content are separated into the 2 open world areas. Those 2. There's most likely going to be, as Mep stated, there are solo missions. There's also duo missions. Basically, there's group missions to do in these areas. I'm thinking that there's also going to be some bounty missions as well from this, if I heard some people on the forums call it. So, I do miss that there is no elite alert. It does kind of put a hanker on things, but here we are. This is what we have to do. But there are 2 new raids. There are 2 elite raids to follow suit with it. So, there's your content. Let's talk about gear. Well, the new tier event, the new vendor gear is set off the style is set off the Blackhawks from 1940s. It is a pretty, if you guys ever seen Sky Captain in the World Tomorrow, because that's exactly where I went with, Rage Captain. The Crash of Tomorrow. I can't wait for this suit. I can't wait. Blackhawks, I grew up knowing these Blackhawks. Not the new 52 Blackhawks, but the old school Blackhawks, and I love their style. I just love it. I really want the vest. The vest is probably what I want more. But, so that's the vendor gear, and then the elite gear on the vendor is there as well, and it is a time torn. It has pocket holes in your suits where basically you've gone through time and, oh, you're holy moly, I'm just all over the place. And the gear does change color, like usual. It does change color, but the time-torn holes are actually color locked. They don't actually, I mean, they're black with some little bluish border around, whatever. So those are your 2 vendor gears. On the vendor as well, you're looking, there will be some new OP items. Well, I don't think they're actually, I think the OP items come from collections. I don't think that you can actually, like, outright buy them. Or buy the plans to make them. I'm really hoping these OP items are actually be able to be made. I want them crafted. The Star event OP items crafting was great. I loved it. You loved it. You know you do. You over there, you hate it. You know you did. I hear you complaining. So what we're looking at is I think it was said on the stream, it was head and waist. Head and waist are the new OP items in the in episode 28. Now the new item level, people get confused because we say, all right, the new item level for the gear, the max vendor item level gear will be 175. Now you're probably asking yourself, and you're probably scared because you spent all these weeks, all this money over here getting the Star OP items, and oh no, they're gone. It's not worth it anymore. Incorrect. They are still worth it because those stats are still the best stats that you're gonna find on any item for maybe even the next episode or 2. I'm going with this, but the devs have stated that the OP items from Starro will last through the episode. Now the OP items for rings is 172. What was it? Actually, rings are 170. The utility belt was 172, and the mask was 174. With the vendor gear being 175, when you buy the accessories for these vendors, for the face, the rings, and your utility belt, your combat rating will not change. If you're already wearing full vendor gear and then you get these accessories to replace your OP items, all you're really replacing them for is nothing. You're not going to see a difference in combat rating. Proxy Star on the forums already did the math for you, and it's by small decimal numbers that you're going to see a change. Good job, Proxy. So you're really only seeing a small, minute of change, and you're not even going to see it on your side because it's in the decimals, and we don't see decimals in this game. We only see hard numbers. So the max CR, I believe, is going to be 200, and replacing your Star OP items with vendor gear, with the vendor items, you're not going to see a difference in your CR, and it's best just to have hold on to your OP items because the stats are awesome. Stats are awesome. Does CR even matter anymore? CR still matters until the revamp comes. When the revamp comes, fuck your CR. But And so there are new base items. Apparently, if you are into fascism, hashtag Team Stark. I know it's a different game, but let me be. If you're into fascism, I guess you'll have new base items that to really show off your fascist side. And it's really going to really show you who you are in the community, which you probably just want to like, yeah, this is my lair. This is it's really cool. Oh, well, this is I've only seen the top and the middle. What's on the bottom? Nothing. The bottom has nothing. Nothing. It has nothing. Basement is it's flooded. There's a flood. They let the faucet run. Oh, there's a pipe burst. That was crazy. Don't go down there. Don't go down there. And so far, that's all the items that we know about the vendor gear. Now, if we look at the blues and greens that were dropping in the live stream when the developers were playing with the players, we did see that the items, the blues and the greens, were called paramilitary. I guess we know what style is going to be in this. The paramilitary style is going to be the blues and the greens and probably even the purples. And I'm trying to think if there was something else. There was the Wonder Woman stuff, which is, I guess, a thank you for buying the episode. If someone in chat can, who was paying attention for that part, I was also eating too. If you guys can help me out with that, because it was a base item. It was the bombshell Wonder Woman shield, base item and style. So I want to make sure where exactly it comes from and why we got it. I'm thinking we get it as a thank you, but I'm just wanting to make sure. And also, my cheer cup is empty. Can we get that a little filled up here? I'm a little thirsty here. I mean, let me just put that right here. It's like, see this? I'm thirsty. I mean, can we fill it up? Oh, it was a shield style and base item for members. Members only. I see. So members get them nice, cool things. Very cool. And we'll see that when we get out there. So that's episode 28 in a nutshell. The alert that they shown, we did have to go up against Dr. Sylvanas, and apparently this buffed up fascist looking creature. He was buffed up. He even killed T-Lantern. Curse one with bring back the duos. I tried my best to make this green thing as big as possible, and it's still not big enough. Because you just go all over the place, sir. You just go over the place. So, that is it for episode 28. More, like I said, you guys can head over to twitch.tv/illusion. He is streaming from the test servers. You guys can check out that content. And you can also, the live stream replay will be on over at youtube.com/DC Universe Online Game. You know, the official DCUO channel. It's cool. So, let's talk about Stats Revamp. Stats Revamp. Oh, you. And I want to make sure I actually get the patch notes right. So, I'm going to head over to the forums. So, wait, the thing's exclusive for members even if someone buys the DLC? It looks like it. The only way to get the shield style and the base item is you have to be a member. Raph. So, let me go to the testing feedback. I don't think he's moved over to archive yet. And, well, patch notes are patch notes. Let's look at the 12th. I think that's when it happened. Yes. So, on May 12th, the stats revamp was updated to include the PvP changes. They included some PvP changes. Now, during this weekend, the test server was kind of unreachable. It wouldn't be able to log in, so a lot of the testing for PvP that weekend was kind of put on hold, and I think some players were able to get some stuff done during the weekend when it came back up on Monday. It sucks, definitely sucks, but shit happens. So, now, I did not take a look at the PvP stuff because, one, I don't do PvP, and two, my week kind of got filled because I was really hoping to actually do PvP testing during the weekend. So one of the statements that Moja made about PvP Legends is Legends tunes, when in PvP, are going to be more resembling the live, basically the live games where all of us players already know what we're looking at. So Legends is going to feel like live. So I guess you don't have to worry about Legends that much. I am curious to see how Legends does play, but at this time they're not really looking at doing anything for Legends. I guess so. Anything done on the live side will already be implemented onto the Legends already. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna open up. It's like, hey, test some Legends characters. Here you go. Do it. So PvP stuff. They reduced the in-combat power regeneration while in PvP. Adjusted PvP stat values to use penetration percentage instead of raw penetration. Now, I don't know where the penetration stat comes from. I'm guessing it comes from toughness, but I guess we have to find where penetration comes from. So, tank passives instead of the PvE bonuses to health and defense. All tanks will get a health boost equal to 50% of their dominance in PvP. PvP stats, players should expect damage in PvP to be significantly higher than it was in previous versions of test. Now, players also did state that this buff to the damage was too high. The damage is too high. Okay. We'll have to see how everything else goes with it. The PvP gear should have a moderate advantage over top-tier PvE gear in open world PvP, and a significant advantage in PvP zones, since PvP gear gives no stats in PvP zones. We all know this. Wow, Gaz. Wow. That's so rude. So nasty. The PvP clamps. Most normal stat vectors, such as skill points, mods, etc., will now work. Super Saiyan Blue God Casey. Get out of here, you redhead. You silly ginger. Thank you for the bets. Will now work in PvP, but will be scaled to PvP item levels. Note that this is different from the hard clamping on live. So, what I've read from that is, on live servers, is basically everything. You're going to be this. You're going to be this. Where now you have, I guess, your PvP items. Like if you're wearing your Olympus mods, your mods will actually be scaled down to the item levels that your PvP gear is. So, I mean, less stats, but I'm not really sure how detrimental it really is, or will be. Wow, you can't even see what Super Saiyan God's name because it's in black. I guess there was a downside to being black and white. Oh well. And the cup has overflowed. Nice. Nicely done. So, alright, so in iconic abilities. Super Strength has returned in addition to allowing you to lift heavy objects. Remember, this was weaponization back in the day. It will add knockdown to and increase the damage of your weaponized smash, smashing enemies with objects. So, when you pick up a bus and smash someone, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. For fire, the fire burst increased cost to 200 and increased damage accordingly, because that was a bug before. And then the research and development, they created a new Purify power interaction consumable for all tiers called a Holy Light Vial. Which I still don't even know what that is. I still don't know what that is. So that's for PvP changes that I didn't get to chest, and I do apologize about that. So next, what was on the 17th was the biggie. And I want to actually double check and see what the 18th changes were. Oh, yeah, okay. So the change on the 17th was to power. Now, we all know that power has really been a pain in the ass. For anyone who ever watches my test videos, power was always an issue for me. Even Spect and power, and also being split in might and power, of course, I was going to have some issues, but that was all for solo content. It really didn't really give you guys a good glance at what raids were going to look like. And for that, I do apologize. I was playing content that I could actually run and queue up for. Everyone knows I actually run with like Catmon, with with Catmon, with Curse, with Inke, with a lot of people, and we get together to do testing. And these are people that I trust because they listen and they communicate. they also understand what I'm trying to accomplish in a test raid. You don't really get that, even talking to other people, you do not get that same understanding that players are trying to go for. There's just that miscommunication that players will do their own testing and they won't work as a team. And that's why I definitely try and grab other people. And Jareth, sorry Jareth, I got you, buddy. But that's why I always try and grab the people that I know that I can work with and do so. And it's not like that we all agree on the same thing, because Kirsten and I argue all the damn time, every single day about things, and it's okay because I still love him. So trying to get up with some random people and get on in-game voice and try and get with these people. He's like, hey guys, I'm testing. It's like, all right, we're just going to go in here and burn everything. No, don't burn the boss. Don't kill the boss. We need to... Why are you burning the boss? Don't burn the boss. Let the boss kill us so we can start this over, so we can... Okay, well, that's already done. Well, great. I'm so glad this testing was actually fortuitous. Thanks a lot, guys. So, that's where we come on with it. So, because I'm doing solo things, is because it's what I'm able to do so I can do my own testing. Now, true, playing Amazon Fury Part 3, seeing Shade solo all the damn time at CR 166, does it help? Is it helping you guys who are already past that? No, it's not. It does give you an idea on how easy using this loadout, and it also shows you how awesome or how different the content is with CR 166 content. It does show a little bit of a difference, and that's what I want to show you guys. Because on live servers, you can't go into Amazon, you can't go into Seeing Shades at 166 and expect to do anything. You get rumple stomped. Here on the revamp, you physically see the difference in stats make. I can survive. I can do damage. When a new episode launches, I can walk in and actually do the open world stuff and not bitch and complain. I can actually do this and work with it. So, does it help you guys at 188, 190s? No, it doesn't. You guys already have your thing. You guys have this for Amazon Fury Part 3. But for the other players out there who are new or who are not there yet, it gives them an idea on what's to be expected. There might be players in here that have not gone to AF3, and by Amazon Fury, and when it actually gets here, you'll see the difference that it's actually doable. It's actually doable. I will work my hardest in the next revamp to make sure I give time to test raids and actually do a proper raid loadout, and we'll look at things. And I apologize I haven't done so yet. Thank you for the bets. So, I promise I will do better with the rating to give you guys a better understanding of what's actually going on. There are players out there who have their own agendas about this, and, well, they have their own agendas. They have their own thought process, and that thought process actually might work out for the 9 other people that are probably in that same realm of hardcore. If I'm casual, I'm casual. I am kid casual. I'm a rapper. Kid casual, yo. I'm that, and I will be that, and I'm okay with it. Illusion, thank you so much for the host, buddy. Love it. Love it. So, let's look at the changes for power, which I actually think he already did it. I'll bring this thread right up here. So, one of the issues that I had with this was the pure fact that we, as a play from the tray, when it first came out until now, it wasn't viable. And I'm looking at this as a solo in duo without a controller. It wasn't viable on its own. And you ran out of power. You didn't even have to have a 300 power, but you ran out of power. You ran out of it. So when you run out of it, you have to use your soda to get back up. And using your soda isn't a bad thing, or using a supply drop. It's not the end of the world. It's completely fine. It's understandable. But it's just there was no self-sufficient way for play from the tray to use to regen power. And back in Revamp 1.0, we had a self power heal ability, which was an ability on your loadout that you hit and gave you power back. Holy crap, it was great. I loved it. It was designed for DPS players to be in charge of their own power. You guys are in charge of your own power pool. You guys are in charge of your own power regen. Hybrid players can regen their power by using weapons. Weapons players, you regen your power by using weapons. Play from the tray. Blah. Stack your power stat, and your passive power regen should be able to do it. It didn't. It just didn't cut the mustard. I really missed the self-power heal ability. It was taken away, and I really wanted it. I wanted it back. I championed it. I wanted it back. It was an amazing ability to have, so DPS players knew that they were in charge of their own power. But as we got further in Stats Revamp, after it was gone, after I think maybe 1.1, I believe it went away, we Play from the Tray kind of just stood there in the mustard, and it wasn't viable unless you had a controller with you. And so, in my mindset, you had... Thank you, Jareth. So in my mindset, you had, in your solo, in your duos, you were playing either weapons or hybrid. In alerts and in raids, when you had a controller next to you, you would basically use your Play from the Tray. That was where Play from the Tray would shine. Until now. Ladies and gentlemen, Stats Revamp 1.6, power. So with the power, they changed a few things. So first thing, they changed the controller power over time. So with controllers, before, and let me also state that the things here on the playstyle choice I'm about to go into, it's a prototype of a concept. Prototype of a concept. It's not final, so just wanted to make sure I say those words over and over. So the controller, let's talk about how controllers function. Controllers were meant, on live, you guys are batteries. You're just batteries. You know you are. You've accepted this. 6 years playing this game. A controller saying, I'm not a battery. You're in denial. You are a battery. You do a couple of debuffs. Your crowd controls are kind of just, hey, thanks. I got this, though. But thanks for it. That's who you are. You're a battery. You spam that instant dump, and you just move on with your day and just debuff everything. I play a controller. I play as an alt, but I do play it. And I do find a little bit of it monotonous. That I cast my POT and I just spam my dump after doing my 2 debuffs, spam my instant dump, and then I'm having to work with myself to get my own power back. And then there's people also yelling because like, oh my god, I'm out of power. It's like, why the fuck did you spam it for? Why didn't you just wait? Don't you have a rotation? Use a soder. God's sakes, just use a soder. So for me, controlling did get a little bit boring a little bit. And so here comes the controllers in the revamp. They changed it to the power over time as a passive. As long as you're in controller role, in a group, you'll get power over time. The power over time, that power regen is based off your vitalization. Your instant dump, still based off your vitalization. That stat is still your bread and butter. Dominance is still basically your controller bread and butter. And probably your debuffs too. So there's your power over time. It was passive. Everyone hated it. Oh, it dumbs down controllers. Oh my god, I can't double tick anymore. If you double ticked, congratulations. I'm not taking that victory away from you. You're awesome. But oh well. I think whoever double ticks is awesome. If you don't double tick, it doesn't mean you're a bad controller. And if you are called a bad controller because you don't double tick, fudge them. Okay, just fudge them. I mean, just kick over their stool and they'll get off their high horse. Just kick over the stool. That's all you gotta do. So the power over time is now passive. Why did it go passive? Well, it now opens up your loadout on your controller, so now you don't have to worry about having a POT ability. You now can add in another crowd control. You add another debuff, but you still have your instant dump. So your instant dump is right there. You can still use it. Players still complained that it just wasn't working. They just didn't like the passive. They didn't like the passive. They didn't. Now, there were some issues with line of sight, which, line of sight, if I can't see you, you can't see me, we're going to have issues. But The developers, Maps has come on here and said that there were some issues with it. I want to make sure I say these words. The passive POT introduced some complications. Introduced some complications. It means that something happened on their end that is causing some kind of error, and they don't like complications. And so they decided to change it up. And this is what we have. Power over time is no longer triggered passively. Okay? Power over time is now triggered by activating any superpower when in controller role and lasts for 12 seconds. So 12 seconds, I mean, that's how long buffs last. That's how long heals last. So there's a semblance of normalcy there. So now that you're casting any ability, it's going to activate your power over time. And as a controller, you're going to be sitting there casting powers all the time. You don't have to cast it every 12 seconds. That would be stupid. Don't do that. No, no, no. So as you're going through your loadout, your POT will always be going. There's no change. It's still basically passive. It's just active because you have to press a button. Well, isn't that the same what we have on live? You hit a button and you get power over time. Just hit the button, power over time. Now here in the revamp, you cast any button, and you get power over time. Any button. Does this mean you're able to double tick? No. Do the POT stack with another controller in the group? No. It's different. It's different. And one of the things that I feel that the controllers are not really registering is you're not batteries anymore. Stop it. Stop complaining that you're not a battery. Stop it. You're not battery anymore. You're now a debuffer. You now do crowd control. These are the two things you've always done. Even in the freaking lettering, in the wording of a controller, when you're making your character, it doesn't say you give power over time. You're only a battery. No, it says you crowd control and debuff. And that's what you're doing. You're debuffing and you're crowd controlling. This is your bread and butter now. This is a change. This is it. Your power over time is now secondary. It's just secondary. And it's not a bad thing. It's not. Put it on a rotation if you want. Put it on a rotation if it works. It doesn't mean you need to have... You're forced to using 3 controllers. DPS needs to understand this too. DPS players, you are in charge of your own power bar. You're in charge of your own power pool. That's why weapons give power back when you use a weapon attack for hybrids and weapons. That's why now, with this mastery we're about to go into, even for play from the tray, you have to go into the power stat. The power stat increases your power pool. The higher the power pool, the more generation you have. So there it is. You're in charge of your own power pool. You are. Don't go into a raid and yell at the controller, I'm out of power, I need power. Well, I just gave you power. Don't you have enough? I'm like, no. How are you spec'd? Well, nah, that's your problem then. Controllers are not in charge of your own, are not in charge of you anymore. They're just not. You are in control of yourself. This is what the developer stated at the beginning of Revamp. And you know what? If I'm wrong, then God forbid, it's the end of the world. If I'm wrong, I'm sure the developer will tell me I'm wrong. But I'm going with what the developer stated from the revamp, which you can also find the overview over at Trexlight.com over on the Stats Revamp page in the DCUO news. You are going over there. DPS are in charge of their own power. Controllers are to top it off. If anything, tanks and healers, they should be the ones talking to controllers about power. They should be the ones. Now, granted, they should be doing some weapon attacks. They should. Thanks, Raph. They should be doing weapon attacks to regen their power. They should. But controllers, you guys, tanks and healers, they're the ones who need power. DPS, they're on their own. They have ways to do it. They have it, and they need to utilize it. If they're not utilizing it, then that's their fault and not yours. All right, in the revamp hits, when it goes live, I don't want to see a DPS complain to a controller unless they're in my league. If you guys complain to like Catmon or like Miz or something, like, then go for it. I mean, they deserve the complaints. No, let me back up. But controllers are in charge of debuffing, crowd controlling, then power. And even then, that power needs to go to the tank and needs to go to the healer. The instant power dump will still give power to the 3 group members who have the lowest power bar. The 3 lowest, okay? It's going to go to them. Do you have a controller, right, Capmon? I can't remember. But this is where it goes to the tank and goes to the healer. Those should be the ones that have low power. Not the play from the tray DPS, especially not the weapons DPS, and God forbid if the hybrid's screwing up. No. DPS players, you guys are in charge of your own power. You need to solder. You need to use supply drop. If a DPS player has to use solder and have to use supply drop on live, you can easily do it on the revamp. You are in charge of your own self. You are. But it's a group game, Trex. This is a group MMO. This is supposed to bring people together. It's supposed to bring teamwork. You're right. It does bring teamwork. You work together. You're only as strong as your weakest link. And that player from the tray who's not spec'd into power, who's using nothing but all 300 high-powered abilities and blowing through his loadout, blowing through his power bar, and then complains he doesn't have power, it's your fault. You're the weakest link. Kick. Bye-bye. Bye, Felicia. Bye-bye. You need to be in charge of your own power. You're in charge of your own power pool, DPS. It's on you now. It's on you. The revamp is bringing a different meta. It's bringing a different meta. The controller... Yeah, that's right. I'm the weakest link. I know I am. I'll get better, I promise, Cursed. The new meta is changing controllers. The new meta is changing tanks a little bit. The new meta is changing DPS. The new meta is changing healers. It's changing everything. Why? Because stats matter. Stats matter. We haven't had stats matter in years, folks. This is what stats look like. I feel so weak. My heals are worthless. I'm not healing a thing. Am I still alive? Well, yeah. Am I alive? Yeah. Then your heals are just fine. Your heals are just fine. This is what it looks like when you are relying on your stats. We don't have the overinflation of how your CR determines where you are on the spectrum. It's pertaining to your stats. Now, what the minimum and what the maximum stats are for different specs, no clue. We'll find that out as we further along. But I am telling you that, and what we're about to get into, Play from the Tray is at a good spot right now from what this concept did. It's a good spot for me. So again, you controllers, don't worry about all that. Don't worry about being a battery anymore. If you want to keep complaining about being a battery, I can't stop you. That's your opinion. You have the right to your opinion. And there's no way I can change your opinion. There's just none. I just can't do it. I want to. I can keep telling you, but you come back and attack me that I'm a brown noser, I'm a kiss ass, I'm the PR guy. Well, if you're just going to sling insults, then you sit there on your pot and wear your hardcore diapers and just do what you need to do. Okay, just keep pooing out the crap that you want to. I'm not going to change you. And no one really can. So let's talk about the playstyle choice. Playstyle choice. Hybrid is the standard. Hybrid is the standard gameplay. What is hybrid? For the players who don't know, hybrid is mixing weapons and powers. Who remembers year one? Year one is hybrid. Well, maybe like year one. Well, actually, it's more like year 0 months. What, 9? Year 0 month 9. Yeah. So there. So we played with our powers and we also did our weapons. Shut up, Honor Guard. I'm not old. So we play with our weapons and we play with our powers. They complement each other pretty well, and we had players even then who only want to use weapons. I want to be Deathstroke. Ha! Chop! Chop! Okay, well, chop chop and cast iceberg already. Just come on, you need to do this. So there's hybrid. That's the standard. That is the where everyone leveling up and how you really want to play. You want to use your powers and your weapon at the same time? Go for it. Here you are. Then you have the two spectrums. You have one side is play from the tray, which is the spiritual successor to advanced mechanics. It's all your tray power. All tray right there. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just your rotation, go at it, have fun with it. And then the other side is weapons only, where you can be Deathstroke, chop chop. And you only want to use your weapons. And there you go. You want to use hand blasters all the damn time? Go for it. Go forth and conquer. Those are our 3 play styles, which even last night, it actually made me think about playing a tank as played from the tray. Or play, well, actually, I wouldn't be able to play tank in weapons mastery, but using the specialization masteries in a support role and see how it would go. It got me interested with it. I really want to test that out, so I'll have to wait till when it comes back. But this is basically for a DPS side. All right, so right now it's still DPS. It's still DPS mentality. Support levels will come when we come back to Stats Revamp later on. So the big thing was play from the tray, as I said before, was it just didn't work. We didn't have power back, and it sucked. Oh, that power back sucked. Just even at 166 and even how I was spec'd and full power or half power, it just wasn't doing it in a solo setting. If I had a controller, done deal. I'm perfect. This is all great. Just let me have a controller and I'm good to go. But that can't be done in a solo aspect or even in a duo. I can't survive without using the soder, using the supply drop. And so it really bogged me down that I would have to spec into different things depending on the content I was playing. Which, I mean, at the time, I figured that was the meta. Solo and duo, you would be hybrid or weapons, and then raid and alerts, you would be play from the tray. In my eyes, that was the meta. That could have been the meta. So now they came across this idea, this prototype of a concept. It's bold and underlined. I want to make sure I stress that. And so they came out with this idea for a mastery system for them. So you can spend 1 point into either power mastery, if you're playing from the tray, or weapon mastery, if you're a weapons only player. You don't want to do both. They both kind of cancel each other out, okay? They cancel each other out. So let's talk about them. Players may choose power mastery to disable power regeneration from weapon attacks. Right? Disable regeneration from weapon attacks and gain increased passive power regeneration, allowing you to more effectively play from the tray. Players may choose weapon mastery to decrease passive power regeneration and gain increased weapon damage, allowing you to more effectively play with your weapon. So I've talked a lot about play from the tray. Let's start off with weapon mastery, okay? Let's start off with the weapons. So as a weapon player, what do you have in your loadout? Well, every power has an attack buff. That attack buff only increases precision damage. Like for electricity, it's wired. For rage, it's bloodlust. Those attack buffs that we know in live are actually changed to be weapon attack buffs for the revamp. That's it. Done. Look at there. You're all done. It's like one. You probably ask yourself, well, hold on. I'm only needing one ability in my loadout for weapons? Yeah. It's your weapon buff. You get increased damage for 12 seconds and it's a cooldown of 12 seconds. So just hit your button, unload combos for 12 seconds, hit the button again, unload for 12 seconds. Done deal. You have 5 other slots you can put in whatever you want. You can fill it in with a robot sidekick. You can fill it in with some attack buff supercharges. You can fill it in with a shield, with a heal. Do whatever. Those 5 items are open for you to do whatever you want. I definitely recommend this. The robot sidekick will probably be a staple to max out your damage, and also an attack buff supercharge. And whatever shield or health or heal that you really want for yourself. Whatever works for you. So there you go. Weapons is simple. All you need is your weapon attack buff, and you're out there doing your own thing. As you're doing, now understand the weapon attack buff is a high power cost. It's a base of 300. So at 166, the power cost for wired would be 5100 power. 5100 power at CR 166. 5100. That's how much it will cost. In your spec, you'll be speccing what? Precision. You're maximizing weapon damage. You're maxing out precision. You're not putting points into power. So you're probably looking at your power to be about maybe 18,000. That thing that wired takes you down a lot. It hurts a bit. But it's okay because your weapon attacks are regening power for you. And the power regen you get from weapon attacks depends on the animation length of the combo. There were some issues depending because, the further along down the tree you go, the longer the combo. The longer the combo, the more power you get. So it kind of scales down. Any vitalization DC Comics only works for controllers. Only in controllers. Vitalization does not help power regeneration in anywhere else except for controllers. That's the only place. So being in play from the tray or even weapons, speccing into Vit, you're not doing anything. What about speccing into power crit or the power crit heal and the power chance heal? No, still doesn't help you. It does not help you at all. Those are only for controllers. Just like the self-healing abilities and self-healing, those are only for healers. Maybe some tanks. Need to check that. So with weapons, you're regening your power very fast because you're doing constant weapon damage. Now, also with weapon mastery, you have a choice to do weapon mastery combos. Now, I want to state this: when you go into your weapon trees, you'll go all the way down and you'll get your 8 combos, and you'll have a button for your weapon mastery for, let's say, hand blaster weapon mastery. That hand blaster weapon mastery will increase your damage when you use hand blaster weapons. That's it. If your hand blaster mastery is unlocked and you switch to dual wielding, you're not going to get extra damage from dual wielding unless you have dual wielding mastery unlocked. So for weapon mastery, you guys have a choice. You guys can, of course, go down to weapon mastery combos like hand blasters into Brawling's ground pound or solar flare into explosive shot for bow. You guys can use those. You will not get power regen from those weapon mastery combos. You will not get those. Those are only there to do extra damage, to do bonus damage. So those are a choice that you can go with. You're spending a large amount of skill points, by the way, to unlock those. I mean, because remember, it's it's basically 9 points to unlock your weapon mastery, and then you gotta go into the other 2 weapon masteries to unlock those to get that, and then you gotta go back into your main weapon and unlock those 4 combos, or maybe 2, depending, whatever, it's up to you, but it's just there. It's a large amount of skill points for weapons to use. And that's fine, because you're only really speccing yourself into 20 into crit chance, 840 into crit damage, and then you can just spin wherever you want into your precision stat to increase. It would take some playtime, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So with the weapon mastery here, your passive power regeneration is lowered. It's decreased. I think the stats that we saw there were it decreases by 15%. It didn't have a percentage mark on it, but I think it's probably going to be 15%. And this was, again, a prototype of a concept. It stayed at 15, so it may change. It may go lower, it may go higher. It's a flux. It's testing. It's what we do. But you will gain increased damage, and I think that we added 135 weapon DPS, weapon damage, precision. I'm just gonna go with weapon damage, so that's gonna be something. Again, we only had it for like 2 days, so it's not like I really had a chance to go in there. Oh, let me get my Excel. I can't wait to do math. It's gonna be so fun. Didn't get a chance to do that. So we have the decreased passive regeneration, so you are solely working with just your weapons doing power regen for you. So that's weapon mastery. You know, your power regeneration, your passive power regeneration is decreased, and your weapon damage goes up. It goes up because one of the fears was that hybrid was the #1 damage, where play from the tray and weapons wouldn't be able to hold up with it. Well, there you go. Weapons got actually their damage increased, so maybe it will go considerably well alongside with that. So, drink. And also, by the way, thank you to Fish, Naid, and where's the other one? Divine Deity. Thank you guys so much for the follow. Best mathematician impression. Thank you. Thank you. That's empty. My cup is overflowing. I love it. So, let's switch our focus over to Power Mastery. Power Mastery disables the power regeneration from weapon attacks and gain increased passive power regeneration. When you're using play from the tray, you're speccing into power. Why are you speccing into power? Because you're power pool. There are multiple arguments from players to developers from all over the spectrum, from all over the forums, and there's going to be continued arguments until the developers, in my eyes, really sit down and say, hey, this needs to be how it is. And I'm really hoping that they do that pop a smack. Just, it's like don't use might, use power. Power to main stat, might is your secondary. But players will ignore developers because players know better. So, with play from the tray, you're using you're expending your power pool. The argument is, currently on the forums, that you don't have to spend power, just spend might, and you'll just have a controller, and the controller will do all the power battery for you. Again, controllers are not power batteries anymore. That's their secondary ability. They have other things to do now. And hopefully we see content that will actually show that they need to do this. So, play from the tray, you're in charge of your own power. You have to have your power regeneration. Your passive power regeneration is how you keep going. So, this is how it works with your play from the tray. The more power you have, the more times you can use your abilities in your rotation. The more might you have, the more damage your abilities will do, but you'll use your rotations a lot less. You can easily see that in solo and duo content without a controller. If you have a controller, then you're probably going to be okay. You might struggle. You're going to probably piss off your controller, but you're probably just going to struggle. The one thing I haven't done is actually test out a full might build with the power mastery to see how it went, to see how it really goes. So power is your main stat as play from the tray, because the more power you have, the faster your regeneration is going to go, and the faster your power regeneration is going to go, and the more times you can use your abilities. That's good. That's good. One of the staples is, and also with your play from the tray, you cannot stack high-powered cost abilities. You just can't stack them. You think you can, you think you want to, because in the mindset, it's like the higher the power cost, the higher the damage. You're not wrong, that's correct. The higher the power cost, the more damage. But the higher the power cost, the more power you're using. Are you going to be able to regenerate all that? Can you regenerate all that in time to keep going and without suffering your DPS? I mean, I'm glad you think that you can blow everything up, but just because you have a strong start doesn't mean you're going to have a strong finish. It's not the strong start or strong finish, it's the constant damage that you're looking at. The constant. So that's where we need to work with. As play from the tray, and even hybrid a little bit too, you guys have to have power conservation. You need to control your loadout. You can't have all these big moves. You need to slow it down. You need to put some 200s, put some 100s, some low and mediums. You got to put them in there. Now, when I had a controller during my testing the other night, I boosted myself up to 175 because, 175 is suggested for raids. So in my eyes, I'm like, okay, well, a player's going to come in here at 175 and do a raid. Let's see what they would look like. And I just went to the sparring target, really. So I really just was testing how much I can do my loadout without a controller and with. And with my power increased a little bit, at 175, I was wearing like tier 7. I was wearing tier 7 mods. I think my power was at 28,000, I think. And so with that, I was able to put Gall and Eruption in, which is Gall and Eruption's a high power cost ability, which is a good thing because I like it. It's one of the staples of Rage DPS. And I was able to control my power generation with Power Mastery very well. I did a 30-second parser, and in 30 seconds, I did ranging about maybe around 189 to 200k. Just ranging. I don't really have any other things to really base it upon with other powers, but I was just doing my thing and just seeing how it would do. But probably actually a little higher. I don't have my notes in front of me. So with the more power that I had, the more combos I was able to do, the more my rotation I was able to do because of it. So, and I loved it. The power generation kept me focused, kept me going, and it was great. That's what I wanted. That's what I needed from Play from the Tray. I needed to survive on my own. I did not want to rely on a controller. I didn't mind using my soda, if it called for it. But using my rotation without a controller and a 30-second parser around the 20 to 25 second range, when I hit those numbers, I was basically almost out of power, and I was spamming my low power cost abilities. I was just spamming Revenge over and over and over again until my 30-second parser came up. So we're maybe about 5 seconds there. So 20 to 25 seconds, I can last for my rotation and do constant damage. Now, of course, it did when my power got low. Now, in that 5 seconds, I could have popped a soda and kept going. That was a complete decision on me that I could have kept going, but I just didn't want to do it because of testing purposes. So, it was good. I loved it. Now, when it says disable power generation from weapons, that means that any weapon damage that you do, you will not get power back. You just won't. It's no. What are you doing weapons for? Are you playing from the tray? Yeah. Why are you doing a weapon for? I like it. Then you should be weapons. You should be hybrid. In my eyes, you are one of the three. You're one of the three. If you're playing from the tray, you're using your powers, that's it. Why are you using the weapon? You shouldn't be using the weapon. You're using the weapon, you're hybrid. And you're probably spec'd wrong if you're using it then. Hybrids are going to be spec'ing into precision, might, or might, power, or power, precision. Hybrid can play all over the place to find that until they find that good sweet spot. In which, in my eyes, hybrid will be might and precision. That's just how I see it. So, with another thing that this mastery does, it physically distinguishes you to what role you are. Before these masteries, you didn't really know. And you only knew if you actually would have asked them. And they could, of course, lied, which, even asking them, it's like, hey, are you weapon or play from the tray? You need to take me to dinner first, okay? You need to buy me a drink. I want to go to the Cheesecake Factory. Holy crap. I don't want to do this anymore. You play you. Now we have that distinction. Now we have that, this is what I am. And that's what I wanted too. I needed to physically see this. I needed to know if I was playing from the tray, just boom. And I have a mastery for it now. The mastery works. I love the mastery. So now players can easily distinguish themselves, where we didn't really have to have a player who would come onto the forums. How do I become play from the tray? Oh, well, you spec power. No, you spec might. No, you spec into power mastery. Spec into power mastery and you're play from the tray. Spec into weapon mastery and you become weapons. Easy and done. Now, Meps did say not to spec into both because, probably cancel each other's out. So, what we suggested on the stream the other night on Wednesday was in fact to gray them out. If I spec into Power Mastery, gray out weapons, and vice versa. Just gray them out, and if I have to respec into going into it, and I want to do it, go to the respec vendor or use your armory. Done and deal. So, I see you guys just going off on the Wonder Woman movie, which I really think it's going to be really good. So far, the reviews have been really good, and so I'm crossing my fingers. And that's right, a woman is going to save the DC Universe Marvel, or the DC Universe movie stuff. Hey, Aaron! I'm black and white! Newsflash, black and white. The new thing, it's coming back. Chroma! So, now that we have the Power Mastery and Weapon Mastery to help distinguish these players, and the Power Regeneration has now switched up a bit. Power Mastery was good. I did play with a controller. He helped me out, and so with a controller, we did a couple of runs. And I thank NK once again for helping me out with the testing. So, oh, you're not even talking about the Wonder Woman movie? I saw a Wonder Woman movie, whatever. So, we did it a couple of ways. The first way we did the testing when I was on the sparring target and unloading my rotation, and he was spamming the instant dump. The power over time was going, of course, but he was spamming the instant dump. I was always topped off. I didn't really get below 50%. And it's like, cool, spamming it works, but you're not really going to have a controller in a real-world situation actually sit there and just, I'm just going to spam the instant power. That's all I'm going to do. Oh, weapon attack. Regen power. Instant dump. Instant dump. Where's the debuffs? I'm instant dumping! God! In a real-world situation, you really won't have that. So, what I wanted to do was, I told NK, he's like, alright, we'll do this. Go through your loadout and, do your debuffs or whatever on the sparring target. But really, I wanted him to do the instant power dump every 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds, do it for 30 seconds. And I'll see what happened. My power went below 50%. It almost went around maybe 30%. Within that, by the time the 30 seconds was up. Was that bad? No. I really don't think it was bad. Now again, the other real world situation around that is the fact that you would have other players here, and those other players might actually be lower in power, so I wouldn't be the one of the three to get it, so I might lose it. So it's some real world situations that, of course, I need to actually put into a raid test. But my power getting that low in 30 seconds, in my eyes, isn't bad. It was just, let me just pop a soda, pop a supply drop, and I'll recover myself. And so then you could look at having two controllers. Now, I was having him just do it every 5 seconds on a rotation. A second controller in there could probably be spamming, or doing it every 5 seconds too, and that's more power coming back to me. I'm not saying 3 controllers might be the norm, or it should be, because I can tell you now, using a 3 controller setup in a raid is going to probably be minimum. It's only going to be a select few players who don't understand how things really work, and they're going to do their own thing. Do your own thing. You're providing testing feedback that it will probably be fixed to make it where you have to spec into this. Ha ha ha. But this is how it's kind of going at this point. 2 controllers are probably going to be the thing. Are probably going to be the new meta going into a raid to help with power with power regeneration. One, the developer has also stated that originally, content was going to be designed to 2x4 format. 2 controllers, 2 tanks, 2 healers, 2 DPS. It's what I miss, and it's what I love. The community has gone with the 3x5. 1 tank, 1 controller, 1 healer, 5 DPS. Well, The developers wanted to do the 2x4. The community wanted to do 3x3, or I mean the 3x5. They wanted to do their own thing. The developers were like, here's cake, guys. Here's cake. We want pie. Well, here's cake. Oh, that's okay. I bought my own pie. Assholes. That's kind of how it kind of really feels like. It's like they'll do their own thing. And so the developers are like, okay, fine. We'll do the 3x5. But if you're having trouble, remember we got that 2x4? It's right there. No, we want the 3x5. But are you having trouble? Yeah. Are you going to keep doing the 3x5? Yeah, but you're having trouble. Yeah, I'm having trouble. Then drop down. Add another controller. Add another healer. Add another tank. Fine. Fix it. Like, oh, what happened? You still couldn't beat it and you're now a 2x4? What? The developers have recognized the community wants to do 3x5 and they're okay with it. I'm not okay with it, but that's just me. The developers are wanting to help the community. They're working with you guys. They're listening. Here, fine. You want 3x5? Here you go. But if you get into trouble, you have a backup. You have a backup. And if you don't do the backup, that's on you, not the developers. It's like the developers made it too easy. I can do it in 3x5. It's crazy as hell right now. Duh. So with the 3x5 going into content, you can drop down and bring another role to help out and to alleviate that. And again, if community does 3x5s, we use 3x5s. If we have a trouble, then we'll just switch it up. It's always there. I literally lost my train of thought because I was talking about cake and pie and I'm hungry. I really wish I had some cake. I got Swiss rolls, but Swiss rolls aren't the same. They're just not the same. They're not. Well, I lost my train of thought on that. So, woo! Oh, silly me. So, coming into your raids, it's going to be... Yeah, I literally lost my train of thought. I literally lost it. Wow. This is what I get for doing it live. I do it live, guys. Yeah, do it live. Poop. I was talking about raiding, and I mentioned cake. I lost it. Oh, well. I'm telling them that they don't... The two controllers... One controller... that's what I was talking... That's what I was going with. The 3x5 is meant for... 3x4. The 3x5 is meant for elite players. It's meant for the elite. It's meant for the players who know their power like the back of their hand. Oh my god, I need to wash you. Ugh. Just wash that real fast. Those are for the elite players. Those are players who understand in and out what they need to do. And that's where we had back in the day when we had solo tanking, solo heal, solo controllers. FOS wasn't about the solo stuff at that time. It was about everyone working in a 2x4 format. Then we got to the point of some players got higher level gear and they were like, I'm going to try this. What are you going to try? I'm going to solo heal FOS too. Dude, you're crazy. I like it. Let's do it. And we got into the mindset of solo heals, solo controllers. And as the game progressed, content, whether it was dumbed down or it was the developers noticed this and they decided to make the content geared towards it, I don't know. But it became the norm, where 3x5 became the staple group makeup. And so now, coming into the revamp, the 3x5 will be there, but it's not going to be there for the majority of everyone. It's there for the elite. It's for the elite players who know exactly what they're doing with their power. And if you're a player who goes into a 3x5, don't be discouraged. I keep saying the word elite, but I just really probably mean I'm meaning skill. Excuse me. I'm meaning skillful. And if you go into a 3x5 and you feel that you're not skillful, it's okay. You learn. You have to do it in order to learn it. I'm not doing PvP still, CC. I'm not doing PvP. But you just need to go in there and do it. You have players in there that it's not a carry. It's a helping. You have players in there, if you have questions, ask. Just ask. It's not, do not be afraid to ask a question. Like, what does this boss do? Oh, well, moron, it's actually going to do this, but you should have experienced it. You should have experienced this back in the other days. Well, why didn't you do the other raids? I was leveling up really fast. Well, that seems to be your fault, dumbass. Good job. Those people put on your ignore list and you never have to see them again. But, and like Curse says right here, everyone's skill is at a different level. Everyone's. I've been playing the game for 6 years. I know the game. I know it pretty well. Of course, I never show it because I like being a dumbass. It's cute. Less responsibility on me. But I've been playing the game for 6 years, and I know the game. But, of course, players will go like, but you're 187 skill points. What the hell is wrong with you? You suck. I don't suck. I just didn't make skill points my main aspect to play the game. I made my main aspect to play this game is for fun. If I'm not having fun, then I'll go play something else. But I'm here to have fun. And I am having fun. Completing feats, gaining skill points, that's your fun. Playing content with my friends, with my league mates, that's my fun. But you're not completing feats. Oh well. Like, well, then you suck. No. I had fun. I completed this raid with my league. Womp, 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 womp. It's half the forums on that list. Yeah, that's right. So, if you are skillful, you're going to go into 3x5 format. And the 2x4 is there. It's not taboo. You can use it. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. We stack 5 DPS because we want it done. We wanna go and get it done. Why is a raid 35 minutes long? Why is it 20 minutes? These raids are too fast. The developers are completing this too long. Well, okay. You did a 3x5 and you completed it, what, 24 minutes? Here, take this 2x4. Take a 2x4. How fast do you play it? Figure it out. Oh my god. I was in there for 45 to an hour. It's so long. I know, I'm doing a 3x5. I don't have that kind of time. No one got time like that. No one got time like that. Well, then quit your bitching. It's up to you. Playing a 2x4. Playing a 2x4, you see how well DPS does. You see it. 5 DPS people, you're gonna get some weak links. Somebody's doing bad. Who's doing bad? I don't know. But as long as, in my eyes, as long as those 5 DPS are higher than the controller, then you should be fine. If that one player who gets out DPS by the controller, kick him. Just kick him. No, don't kick them, but help them. Help them. The 2x4 is there. It's not taboo. You can use it. The 3x5 is there for the skillful players. The developers have also said here in the revamp that we're going to see the elite raids be elite. Elite. And regular raids are going to be regular. They're for the average Joes. They're for everybody. Here you go. Go for it. I play in the 3x5 format here on live. I do play it because it's community standard and I just go with it. Most of the time, it might also be the fact that I can't find another controller, another healer, so we have to run with one. But I also know that as a solo tank, as a solo healer, solo controllers, it's a lot of stress to put on that person. And every person is different. We are all different special snowflakes. We don't like that kind of stress. Do I feel comfortable? Do I feel more comfortable with a second healer? Yes, I do. Does that mean that that other healer is shitty? No, it does not. It means that I know this person likes to heal, but doesn't like to heal alone. I don't want to put that kind of stress that all of us are down to below 50%, and she's having to blow, she or he, are having to blow through their power bar to keep everybody up. I don't want that kind of stress for them. Bring in a second healer. Bring in a second controller. It's not the end of the world. It's not. And if you're worried about the boss not dying, talk to your DPS. 2 DPS will show you how well those DPS players are. You got 5 people. You got 5 people, and they can hide. They can hide that bad damage. And how do they hide it? Well, you have a munitions character. You have an ice character. You have a fire character. They can blow through ads like that. They can blow through them. And then when you get to a boss, you might actually outshine them, but just might. But you're seeing a problem here because, and this also brings you to the fact that the scoreboard is fake news. That's right, folks. The scoreboard, it's fake news. It's fake all over the place. It's fake like my hair. Oh, I'm not even wearing hair. I'm shaved. Haha. It's fake. The scoreboard is telling you lies. It's telling you all the lies. If that thing actually showed you boss damage in that scoreboard, then you can tell me that the DPS is bad. But that thing is inflated because there's certain powers that can blow through ads like that, and you're inflating the scoreboard. You're just inflating it, and so when you get to a boss fight, you actually might suck. And that person down there, that 5th DPS, he's actually doing better damage than you. Why? Because he's doing constant damage, where you have already inflated your numbers by destroying ads over there. How do I know? Because it happens in World of Warcraft, baby. Oh, I know it. I've been there. And you know what? I'm one of the people who did it. That's right, me. I'm the druid who went in there in ads and did Starfall and did Lunar Strike to hit everything to boost my numbers. Because you gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. You gotta pump them up. I really like that movie, by the way. Wolf of Wall Street is really good. You have to... The scoreboard lies. It just lies. Use the DCUO Use that. That will show you exactly what your damage is. How well you did. True, PlayStation 4 players don't have a combat log, so we can't really see them. But as PC players, you can really see how well you did. And compare it with your other DPS players. Like, alright, you and me. Let's do this. Clear combat log. Let's rock this. Alright, give me your combat log. I'm gonna... Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm the one on the scoreboard. Let me look at your log real fast. Oh, you actually did better damage than me. Holy shit. Oh, I am so sorry. So, you have to understand the scoreboard lies. So, if you're looking at your 5 DPS players, those numbers are skewed. You probably do have a bad DPS player. You probably do. And you can hide them. 2 DPS players? 2 of them going at it back to back, you will find your bread and butters. You will find the ones that matter. It's going to be great. I like 2x4 because that's the true definition of teamwork. Here in the Advanced Mechanic Age, you're looking at overinflated numbers just going pew pew. Brrr. You're just seeing it just overshadow everything. In the revamp, you're going to see damage numbers a lot closer to one another. You're going to see it. Back in revamp 1.2 and 1.3, when I actually was doing... I think I maybe DPS'd one time, but it was weird. It was... The damage numbers from the scoreboard were so damn close. It was like maybe 1 million... or even less than 500,000 difference between the DPS players. It wasn't overinflated where I did 5 million damage. I only did 3, 2, 1, whatever. It wasn't overshadowed that much. They were all in line, and that was fantastic. That gave me hope that we're going to really see the DPS really shine through here. It's going to be great. Who am I saying hi to? Oh, hi, Fat Daddy. So now that we have these 2 mastery levels here, the masteries are great. They play from the tray is viable. We can do it. Weapon mastery, you guys got buff and damage again, so let's see how that works. I really haven't seen much people talk about weapon damage, so I'm not really sure if it's good, if it's bad. I'm not really sure how it's going on. I mean, mainly everyone can do weapon mastery. Everyone can. I'm curious to see how melee weapon mastery goes. How those melee does. It's going to be great. Well, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting because it's going to be good. Oh, Aaron, did I not say anything nice about DCUO? I didn't say anything nice. You know, that's what I like about Aaron. She knows that I am the most optimistic person in DCUO. That's why people come to me. That's why you guys watch me. I really do enjoy it, and I thank you guys for it. Because you can see all the hatred on the forums. You can see all the hatred on Twitter. You want optimism. You're here to play a video game. You want to have fun. You come to this face. This face says fun. You come for the optimism. And Aaron is here to remind me to say something nice about DCUO. And this is what I will say to this. DCUO, you have kept me goddamn active for the past 6 to 7 months. Let me breathe. I want to play other games. You just won't let me. So I thank you and I hate you. It's so weird. Say something nice about Aranis. Hold on, it's not that hard. I want to make sure I word it right. You're the best Doctor Who fellow fan that I could ever ask for, and I thank you for it. I mean, so seriously, with DCU, seriously, oh my god, I got in trouble. I wanted to make it Doctor Who-esque, and I wanted to make sure I focused on that and made it the thing. So, so what we're looking at is so with DCUO, I took a break in the fall when I want to say what was it? When the Bile City of Kandor raid came out, I took my break. I need a mental, basically, cleanse. I was reading the forums too heavily. I was getting over emotional. I was really causing a lot of stress onto myself, and I needed to take that break from it. My psychiatrist really told me to take a break, so I was like, oh, fine, I'll take a break and just chill out. And I made a promise. I would come back in January when the next episode come out. And I'll, of course, be here for Stats Revamp. Well, you guys kind of flipped that and made Amazon Fury come up early. It's like, well, I'm back. Hi, guys. Hey, yay, I'm back. And since Amazon Fury Part 3, I've been in the game, if not every day, every week. Multiple times every week. I have not slowed down. I saw the timeline you gave for Amazon Fury Part 3. It was 6 months. It was, 6 months really to be, I guess, both roles, but whatever. It took 3 months to complete one vendor raid. I completed mine back in February, so I was really happy about that. I completed it actually before the Starro event came about, so cool. But I was in the game. I haven't been that focused in this game for quite a while, whether it be because of monthly content, because of my own personal things I had to do on my end. But with Amazon Fury Part 3, with how the content was driven, with how the vendor gear was driven, I stayed in to stay up. I kept going. I didn't use replay badges that much, probably if not at all, going in. And of course, you had those special weekends, like, oh, I had to blow up, what? Double coins? What? Unload those replays! Do I have money in my bank account? Buying replays! I had those moments. Then the first major event, the anniversary event. oh shit, kind of want to do this. This is rocking out pretty well. Just let's do this. A little kind of disappointed about how the feats were really done, but wait till next year. Wait till next year. Okay, I'm done. I've always had the mindset that I've never completed a seasonal event ever in the first year, so me having to wait till next year didn't bother me. Didn't bother me whatsoever. So Anniversary event. All right, it's done. Now I'm coming here, trial logging. Still working on Amazon Fury. Here's the Valentine's Day event. Oh, well, holy crap. Okay, well, what's going on there, V-Day? Let's do this stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, some Starfire stuff. Womp, 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 womp. All right, that's done. Cool. Back to Amazon Fury. Oh wait, hold on. We got the St. Patrick's Day event. Oh my God. Okay, well, what's this? By the way, kudos for the Valentine's Day base item. Loved it. Oh, well, we have the St. Patrick's Day. A little Mixaplick. Crap, I need one. I think I got one. I think someone gave me one. I can't remember. I really need to look at my stuff. Whew. Cool. New stuff here. Let's try along with this a little bit. And then back to Amazon Fury. It's like, oh, now we also have the Starro event. Oh my God. I am constantly in this game. I have no breathing room. And it's not a bad thing. I'm not, and it sounds like complaining, but I really do enjoy it. You have the content. You gave it to us. One of the issues back, years and years, almost year, every month, every week, players complained about being bored. They didn't have enough to do. When you look at the calendar from years ago, you had months of empty space. True, they were filled in. Some of them were filled in with these seasonal events, which is their seasonal events. It's what they're there for. But now, there has not been a single month that we have had not something to do. We've had our episode. We've had our episode here. But then we've had the seasonals, for people who like seasonals. Now we have the events. Jesus Christ. And now the event's about to go, and we're about to go into our next episode. The next episode's here in June. Do we have anything going on in July? Probably not, because we'll have June and July will be episode. It'll be episode 28. And then August, we have a summer event. September. What's going on in September? Most likely that looks like a good time for a what? A major event. Major event for September. And in, September, November. October, no, I feel like I was wrong. August, September, October, November, December, yeah. So, the event in September, October, Halloween, November, kind of like, November definitely has nothing going on with it besides, some turkey that we get from our base item. Thanks, though. And then December is going to be winter. You have something going on every single month. So, players coming in and saying that we have nothing to do, there's stuff to do. You're either done or you just don't want to do it. And at that point, it's you, not the developers. It's you who rush through using replay badges to complete everything in month 1, when you know in month 2, like, all right, well, month 2, you'll work on your feats. Month 3, what are you going to do? You're going to sit there bored. Oh my God, why am I so bored? You spent your replay badges. You spent them. That's why. That's why you're bored. So the developers give a timeline. I really wish that replay badges could be just secretly yoinked away. Or at least replay badges used to play catch-up. I use mine to play catch-up. I'm using it this weekend on Sunday to play catch-up because I'm missing a couple of days for the bonus Spores weekend. By the way, bonus Spores weekend going on right now for the Starro event. This is the last big push you want before it goes away at the end of the month on the 31st. Plugs. But there's something going on every single month. I am not a fan of, I'm not a fan of seasonals. They're not for me, but I will use them to break the monotony of wanting to go over there. Holy crap, Raven is now on top. Cheers with 600? Holy crap. Cursed, you've been overthrown, dude. What? Go Raven. High five. I'm still not happy with the gift the video you sent me on Twitter. That still hurts my feelings. But high five. There's something going on every single month, and I love it. That's what you want from content. You want something going on every single month. WoW does it. WoW has something going on every single month too. The Dark Moon Fair is every first 2 weeks of the month. And then you have your normal dailies and everything you have to run. They've always spiced something up every single month, and you do it here as well. You spice it up. That's what you have to do. Trex, say something nice about Jareth. You know, the guy who gives items away to you. Jareth, thank you so much for the items. I wouldn't be able to do most of my giveaways without you, man. Thank you so much. So, that's what we really have there. So I thank DCUO. I say something nice about DCUO. You guys give me something to do every single month. When before there were months where I had to just sit there and be bored. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to go play something else real fast. I really haven't had a chance to play something else, or at least try to make time of it, because I've had to play DCUO. Again, not a complaint. If I'm playing DCUO, then there's always something to do. League has had to have players even in the raid in the past month because they are bored with the content and would say more than half are not top CR or feats done. I get it. I really do. Yeah, same with you, Carlin. Oh, by the way, hi, CC. It's understandable. And I can only speak for myself. And that's basically what I do. I can't speak for everybody else. Even though I am the voice of DCUO. I am speaking for myself on that front, that I have something to do every single month. The boredom of wanting to do the raids, understandable. The raids have been here for up to 6 months. And a little longer. They've been here. It's the same stuff over and over again. The monotony does get bored. You also know what else gets bored? World of Warcraft dailies. Let me see. You get bored. I got bored in WoW, with those dailies. That's all you really do. Is if you're not doing your group content, you're out there doing dailies, and those dailies can get so bored. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't want to go pick 10 things. I don't want to do 10 things. I don't want to do it. You get your own furs, sir. Get your own furs. You should have a stockpile. You just do. As players, we get bored. It happens. It's like we get introduced to the new shiny, and the new shiny is there for us. It's like, oh, it's here. I can't wait to play it. Boom, 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 boom. I can't. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so great. But then after a while, it's like, oh, well, this shiny doesn't have that same shine. Doesn't have that. It is to keep things fresh. And drink. It's like, hold on. Let me get the straw. I got a straw. Don't ask why I have a straw. I have a straw. Just right here. Just. Good stuff. Good. Okay, good stuff. I can't. This is so new to me. So new. Okay. It means neato thing. Yes, it means new things. Capmon, my second in command for the Crash League. Without you, I wouldn't have made the league, and you actually named the league, so thank you so much. What is tonight? Thankful Day? This isn't Thanksgiving. I'm not thankful for you fuckers. So there's it, and trust me, even now, I was bored with Amazon Fury at the beginning of Starro. If it wasn't for Starro, I would have probably moved on to alts. I probably would have went to a different game and played that for a while until the next episode came out. Still checked in, did some dailies, do this, do that a little bit, work on a couple of feats, but it wouldn't have kept me in the game almost every single day. But then the Starro event came, and like, oh, well, here's the break for monotony. Whew, going in. I'm here for Starro, and I'm here to collect all the things. All the pretty things. And I'm okay with that. And I thank them for that. Because if it wasn't for Starro, I would have went out to something else until the next episode came out. Now, other players feel differently, and they have their reasons, and I can't fault them. I really can't. Players get bored. We really do. And Curse is right. Content needs more smaller content like alerts and duos, and raids are overused in the game to him. And when MMOs are really about the raids. It's the in-game raiding. That's what MMOs are really there for. The small group content is really there for leveling yourself up to do the raids. We don't have this here because you can walk in and do a raid day one without actually having to touch the duo, solo, or alert. So, but you could stagger the content. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Message me if you need actually any words of advice for that. So, but it's about the raids at the end of the day. Even in when I play an MMO, I want to play the raids. But here in DC, I have a more casual aspect where I just want to play the game, and as long as I run the raid a few times to see the story, I'm good. I am good. I will run it with my friends and my league mates and help you guys and do everything. I'd rather have you guys higher skill points than me. Now say something evil about Cap and Jareth. Jareth needs to stop playing his villain. He needs to become a hero more. Choose a side. Don't pick both. Cap, so you really have to take a look at the content. Really is there. It's there for certain people. Most players are here to be more solo. They want to have the solo aspect. They also like, and other players like group content, like the alerts and raids. It's a balancing act that's hard, and even World of Warcraft has trouble with that too. That's what Trex is for. It's good. Balancing content is hard. We've seen it for 6 years in DCUO. We've seen it in the quarterly content. We've seen it in the large DLCs and in large episodes and small episodes. We've seen it in the monthly episodes, and now we're here with the large episodes again. It's really tough with a player base so on different ends of the spectrum to find the middle ground. The middle ground in my eyes is 3 of each. 3 solos, 3 duos, 3 alerts, 3 raids. Make them elites too. Everything elites. Elite solos, elite duos. Everything elites. Boom. Done. But you really can't do that. And the one thing I do think, and I know I mentioned it before, is and again, an idea coming from World of Warcraft is the Mythic Dungeons, where you have 4-player content, and in that 4-player content is, in our game, is the elites. And once you beat the elite, you get access to the elite +1, +2, +3. Each time you go in, it gets harder and harder and harder. And max it out with like elite +10. And you just get, boom, you're done. I'm not even sure how really even gear would really be for that. But, I mean, the Mythic Dungeons is one of the things that keeps WoW refreshed for me and even for a couple of other players I play with. It really is a challenge there. With the raid, you can look at you have your elite, then you have your elite 1, elite +2, elite +3. It gets harder and harder and harder. It's basically a survival mode, but with different levels there. And I like it. I mean, it got the Mythic Dungeons with those pluses. It got me to play them, and if it got me to play it there, I'm sure it can get me to play it here. And in that aspect, it's basically still the same content, but it's just the CR for the enemy just keeps increasing. We have it in survival mode. Bring that kind of survival mode-esque to a limitation to the rest of the content. Elite duos, I was kidding. No one needs to do that. No one should do that. That's just silly. But trying to get it to that point of mixing and find the balance for content is hard. It really is. But I do agree. I think elite alerts to me are my favorite piece of content because they're doable. I don't play raids a lot. and that's me and my time that I can play. And the elite alerts were they were challenging and they were fun, they were rewarding, and I liked them. I like them, I really do. So I think bringing them back would be very helpful in that regard. And it just, I guess on the developer side, it just depends on what they can fit in there. Do I think that elite alerts? Do I think elites need to be in every piece of, in every episode? Sure. Why not? Another piece of content. But that thing, that loot lock for the elites. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And my chat's just blowing up now. So, I think that's probably it. I don't care. I really don't care how long I go. If folks are gonna listen, folks are gonna listen. I really don't care if it's a 3-hour podcast or not. I'll open up to questions and answers. Let's answer. Let's get some things asked, and let's see if I can answer them to the best of my ability. As long as the normal raids are like DWF, it will be fine, right, Trex? Yeah. Yeah, man. Just so fun. So fun. So fun. Oh, I meant to actually say, I think it was Blazing or Balthazar on the DCUO Discord. Apparently they counted up all the feats from episode 28, and it's like 8.5 skill points. 8.5 skill points. Am I wearing pants today? Such personal questions. I didn't expect this. Is this a good time to retire Magician and focus on Adam? Why? I love sorcery healers. If you retire Magician and go to Adam, you need to tell Vajinda she needs to always she always messages me, but I need to have either Magician or Vajinda always with me healing. I need to have my sorcerers and Catmon. Rant about water for us. So what's the deal with water? It's wet. And it's I can't do it. I got nothing. I'm sorry, Jerry. I'm so sorry. Rant about water. It's frustrating that we don't have water. It's frustrating. I think with they have stated that water will be coming out after the revamp. Water is 50% done. The other 50% is right there with the other 50% is the revamp itself, and we have to fix it. So it sucks that it's not here, but I don't want it to be. Water needs to wait until the revamp is done, and it will come out. It needs to wait. Which side, Sarah, hero or villain, since you've been hiding this entire time? Hiding what? What have I been hiding? I play hero. I have a sorcery. Yeah, whatever. DC Comics. I first came to this MMO way back in 2012. I had no friends and taught myself how to play. I only PvP until I saw that PvE was a thing too. The tutorial, the 1 through 30, the beginning area, all that stuff, it needs to be changed. Like even a hard change if need be, but it needs to be more direct with how things work. And that's a UI thing on the developer side. And because I've seen other games how it does their UI, bringing like a video pop-up and all that stuff, that's some serious undertaking for resources that I don't think DCUO will be able to do. But I do think that there has to be some way to make it better. There has to be. And until that time comes, I'll keep helping new players out and try and help them out as much as possible. Sorcery is your favorite power to be healed by as a fire tank. The circle, 3 loves. That's right. Agreed, CC. Did you see Oceans on the live stream tonight? Oh my god. Why have they been hiding such loveliness? What did you think? So talented. Oceans is a really pretty lady, and I think the environment art that she worked on in episode 28 is phenomenal, so good job. She also won me by doing Doctor Who references, but SJ does Doctor Who references too, so kudos to you girls, and yeah, the whole time I'm going to be walking around, are you my mommy? It's going to be creepy-ish sin, guys. Still one of the creepiest episodes, right next to Angels. That is such a creepy episode. Which side do I want you to be on? Oh, Jareth, just pick what you ever want, man. I'm just playing. You know I'm playing. Play what you like, man. That's all. I cannot fault you on it. If we need you, I know where you are, and you're in stream most of the time, so I can always just call out to you. It's like, hey, I need you. Do you know we have a villain league? I do know. I think it was the Death Corps, I think it's called. I can't remember, but I do have some characters who do need a league. So I may get my guys over on that league. So, and we may pimp that out a bit if we have players that are only on villains, that are not just alts. We'll see. CC, don't no. Let him choose. Who is the guy? Who was the guy that said in the chat one day that PvP is what funded the game? I don't know. That was stupid. That's so silly. The Demon Corps. The Demon Corps? That's weird. I can go with it, though. I like it. Why should I check Twitter? Oh, my God. He needs a bigger straw. Oh, cute. I'm retweeting it. I don't have time to type it, but I'll retweet it. The player population when it comes to heroes and villains is quite drastic. I wish that villains could do more, but I really think that that's probably on a WB DC kind of a deal, where I even think that a villain going over to one of those helpless people on the rooftops and pushing them off, I even think then Warner Brothers and DC are probably like, that's too much, man. It's too much. Calm down. You need to bring it down a bit. I've never seen the new Doctor Who. Might watch it someday. Epic. This is the last season for Peter Capaldi, and as the 12th Doctor, he grows on you. It's rough at the beginning, but he grows on you. He's just like the first Doctor, angry grandpa. He's our angry grandpa. You haven't seen. Oh my God, CC, don't be starting fights. Keep the peace. Do you think DCUO will come out with a war material? I know I want to buy it from Dave. We have the Atlantean War style, the Atlantean Warrior, whatever it's called, from the summer event that will be coming back. That has the water elements on it. Do it. Do it. I would take a war element. Oh, a war material. I would definitely take it. Holy crap! Curse with the boom! With 1,000 bits. Just exploding. Ravencroft knocked off the chop cheer. My God. Miz and Barry made it. Okay. I trust Miz and Barry. I trust them. They got it. They wanted to go with a demon theme. Hero side smells too much for my liking. CC, you are not wrong. I don't have actually any deodorant near me or else. Well, do I have any air freshener? No, because my air freshener's all the way over there. I have air freshener. I have lavender Febreze. But I like lavender. So if you guys have any questions or anything, please ask them in chat. I'll keep it open for a couple more minutes. Have ourselves a nice chill. I know I gotta answer some texts too. Oh, CC, I was gonna actually ask you the same thing. Uh-oh, Ravencroft starting a war. What? Top cheer, top DPS most of the time. That's right, lavender. It's peaceful. It's elegant. So great. Also, CC, you should know that answer. We've talked about this. I'm pretty sure we talked about it. DC Comics, Trex, you're my favorite streamer back then with your flame character. Aww. Aww. I do miss my... So one of the things that I had to do was with my alts. In order for me to play my alt, I really need to be invested in him. And I didn't play my Celestial character for a while because of how he looked. And that messed me up because I want to look good. I want to feel like this character. With Black Ember, I wanted to do another Fire Tune, and I had the name, so I decided to do that leveling video. And now I've done his styles where he's like this orange lantern, and I did a lantern for every one of my powers. And now every time I log in, I know I have to work on Trex Rage, my main, and then Feet Hunter, my alt. I look at my other tunes, and I'm like, oh, you guys are so sexy. Oh, I want to play all of you. Why can't I not quit my job? I will play you guys all day long. 8 hours during the day, I'll be playing every single power. It would just do it. But I don't have the time, so it kind of pisses me off. It saddens me. But thanks to being a Twitch affiliate, I have cheers right there. Thanks to BTM. BTM'd out. Thank you so much for the cheers. I have a cheers, so we're getting closer to me getting partner. I think the affiliate should be getting like a sub button down the road. And once I get a sub button and get you guys to basically support me. I mean, I thank you guys so much. And the more you guys support me... Oh, that's right, Inkay. That's Inkay. That's right. Change your name. And just... I need to rewatch it? Okay. I might do that then. What do you think it would take to convert Carolyn Carnage to the hero side? You know... I want to say an act from God, but even God she would just piss him off. She's like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. Nope. It's like, but come on, but God, come on, you can get her to be a hero. Like, nope, can't do it. She burnt my beard. She burnt it. It's like, she's. Can we get the devil? Can the devil help? He already said no. He's already frozen hell. He's frozen it. He's closed it. She ain't getting in. There's just no way. Dave, did you miss your hug? Thank you, man. Dave is a Patreon supporter, $5 a month. He's a Patreon supporter, and he's part of the Hugger crew. And so every stream and every video, he gets a hug. You're at the end of every video. You and Lars Smith. You guys are both supporters, and so you guys get hugs at the end of every video. Not physical hugs or even this motion, unless it's a stream, but it's right there at the end of the video, right before the outro. It's just like, the huggers. Burka Dave and Lars Smith. Trex, now that I'm much wiser, 20 years old, I've been every power 3 times and don't have a favorite power. I'm okay with that. I think that's good. I mean, I love Rage, but I mean, I've also loved Quantum. That's why he's my #1 alt. Catmon, no, that's not gonna work. She doesn't do cookies, and she hates my hugs. I smell. See, smelly hugs. I can't do it. No, it's not possible. You're hurting. What night is raid night? Thursdays. It's going to be Thursdays. Yeah, so Crash Core. My league, the Crash Core on the hero side on US PC and US PlayStation. We're still doing recruitment. So if you're looking for a league, you're more than welcome to join. I don't care what your CR is or whatever. I don't even care what your skill points are. We can work on that. We can work together. New episode coming out in June. So we in the Crash Core will be putting focus on to that, and we'll be doing the raids, doing the runs, and so raid nights will be on Thursdays, and probably makeup's going to be. I don't know when the makeup raids will be. But Thursdays will definitely be raid night. Because, it's reset day, so might as well just knock it out, right? And I'm going to try and be there for the Thursday night runs to actually be there. And yeah. So we'll try and work with it. But Thursdays are probably like the only open time I really have in the week besides Tuesdays, and Tuesdays and Thursdays are kind of my nights off from streaming and even from gaming. I just gotta do chores and stuff. But Thursdays I'll make it to where we are streaming. I am so sorry, Carl Lynn. I am sorry. I'll never hear the end of it for the rest of the night. Crap. A villain without a league. DC Comics, there might be a villain league that might take you in, depending if you are villainy enough. There's some villains in this group. There's some villains here. They can help you out. They can do it. Raging Quantum Val. High five, buddy. That's right. I don't know if that's probably your disgust face. That's probably your disgust face. Damn, Carlin. Damn. So sorry. Which DC movie am I looking forward to more? Wonder Woman or Justice League? Wonder Woman. Justice League can suck it. It's gonna suck. And thank you, Jareth, for reminding me. So on... Oh yeah, the Demon Corps is recruiting. So there's a villain league over there. So there's a villain league. There you go. Thank you, Catmon. So on Sunday the 28th through Monday the 29th, there is a 24-hour stream. I'm doing a 24-hour stream for charity for Extra Life. So, yeah. So I'll be doing opening up donations to go to extralife.org that goes to children's charity. The money for me goes towards my children's hospital, the Palmetto Children's Hospital. Yeah, Carlin's League does have Carlin in it. That's tempting. 190 CR with 197 skill points. Is that villainy enough? I don't know. Can you shave a kitten? Ellsworth, I swear to God, Lee. No, it's not a 4-day stream. Who can do that? I can't do that. I need sleep. It's not going to work. And yes, Rafa, thank you for making me do a 24-hour stream. Coming up with a damn idea. OG Mental, what's going on, buddy? You're going to be going to the Special Olympics here in your Jedi outfit. Please take pictures. It's going to be great. You eat cats comics. Okay. That's pretty villainy. That's hardcore, man. I mean, wait, get chicken chow mein or something here? Get your MSG? Order number 4! Sorry, that's probably racist. Sleep is for the weak, and I'm weak. I'm old, too. No, Raven, that was mean. That's not gonna happen. Birds of Prey movie would be It is going to be fantastic. I do remember them talking about that. I do remember. I have no faith in the Justice League movie. Well, I'll stand corrected. I have faith, and that faith comes from Aquaman. He is the only faith I have in this movie. The only. I'm not an Ezra Miller fan, or I'm at least not a fan of him in this as this Flash. Not a fan of it. Batfleck. I like Ben Affleck. I really do. But I'm there for Aquaman. I'm gonna walk in, Aquaman. I'm gonna walk out, and that's it. Thor Ragnarok versus the Wonder Woman movie. Wonder Woman. I think Thor Ragnarok is going to go too much Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, it'll be funny, but I think Wonder Woman is going to be the better movie. I mean, Jason Momoa, man. Woo. Oh, did you guys actually see the trailer for Black Lightning? I don't know who saw the trailer that was released yesterday for Black Lightning. And it's a CW show. It's not really... So, let me put this out there, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I really don't care. But this is how I see it. There are reports going out that it's not part of the Arrowverse. That there's going to be no crossover. Those are two different definitions of it, okay? You can say that it's not part of the Arrowverse. When you say that, it means that it's not part of... It's basically Supergirl Season 1. It's not part of the Arrowverse. It's in another Earth. Say that. Then you come out and say there's not going to be a crossover. Okay, well, I'm okay with that. The crossover can happen in Season 2. It's not planned for it. It needs to be its own thing for the first season. It's okay. But not saying it's not part of the Arrowverse is, in my eyes, a mistake. Because first off, it's a CW show. It's a CW show, the home of DC heroes. It's part of the Arrowverse. But it's not. Well, it's an Earth 3. I don't care. It's there. It's going to be part of the Arrowverse. Why do I know it's part of the Arrowverse? Look at the goddamn suit. That thing screams Atom so much, and I hate it. I like their 2005 Black Lightning costume that they shown more than this robotic suit. I just hate it. But I'm going to see what happens to it. Black Lightning part of the Supergirl universe. I can live with that, because you know what? Supergirl's part of the Arrowverse. She's in it. And Supergirl originally wasn't even going to be in the Arrowverse because it was on CW. It was part of CW, but because of how it was, and to help out the ratings, we brought in the Flash, brought in that crossover episode. There's crossover episodes. And so it boosted the ratings, and it worked. It so worked. So here we go with Black Lightning now. And CW needs to recruit Moffat. You're tired of Guggenheim? What? He's doing good stuff. Him and Berlanti are doing great. Arrow's getting kind of stale, but it just got picked back up because someone came back. What? Season finale is going to be hot. Wonder Woman or Episode 8? Wonder Woman. I'm not a big Star Wars fan. I mean, I know the lore, but I'm not tired of it. I'm not really in it. Gotham is amazing. Gotham is stupendous. This season of Gotham has been outstanding. And if you've never seen Gotham, skip season 1, go straight into season 2. But Trex, there's season 1 introduced so many characters. Fuck those characters. Fuck them. You hear me? I don't care about them. Season 1 does not exist. Season 2 is great. What do you think about Dwayne Johnson portraying Black Adam in the movie? Hells yeah. Fudge. Yeah, oh my god. Let The Rock do anything he wants. The Rock can do anything he wants. The Rock playing Black Adam is going to be so awesome. I know Black Adam is going to be a villain, but because it's The Rock, everyone is going to love Black Adam. Whoever plays Shazam, whoever plays Billy, if they go with Billy, that kid has so much work to do to outshine The Rock. And I don't think they'll do it. Why isn't DC marketing capitalized on the new Wonder Woman movie with their toys? Marketing is just bad. They make bad decisions. They're bad people. It was, I don't know. We have marketing now, and the marketing came out 3 weeks before the movie started, and which is okay. I think if we look closer at when movies start really pumping out releases, they wait 3 weeks. Wonder Woman may have waited a little bit too long. I don't know. Shazam played by John Cena? Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to say no. I'm really not. I mean, honestly, think about it. John Cena has the physique. He has the square chin. He already has the hair. Put him in costume. I want to see it. The Sourcecast did it for a while, talking about DC shows. I have other podcasts that I talk about that kind of stuff for. It's Shazam! Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my god. Shazam just going to Black Adam. Shazam. John Cena in the in Sisters with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. John Cena in that was fantastic. John Cena in the Marines wasn't too bad. There's another movie that I saw John Cena in that was another like crime-esque, and it was really good too. I did enjoy it. Am I gonna recruit someone like Kirst to be a co-host on my podcast? No. I'm being egotistical, and this is my show, and I'm gonna do how I want. This is my house. And I actually meant to open this because this is actually pretty cool. Oh, sorry, Catmon. Justice League movie or Baywatch movie? Baywatch movie. I'm much more excited to watch the Baywatch movie than I am to watch Justice League. And Jason Momoa was on Baywatch. He's not in the movie, but he was on the show. 12 rounds. 12 rounds was great. And... Ooh, I might actually do... I wonder if I might actually look up and try and do this sometimes. So, I had to go to Walgreens earlier and for my mom. And so... so weird. Oh my god. So, I definitely picked up to support... I donated to... Red Nose Day on May 25th, on that Thursday. So, on that Thursday, I may do some stream, and we may actually start off that week with doing some charity for child poverty. So, Thursday, it's a gray nose. It is. Oh my god, it's so thick. No. It smells bad too. So, Red Nose Day. It's another charity that I really dig. I may do something with Nerds of the Apocalypse that day and just stream for a couple of hours. Do this in a white wig on the 24-hour stream. Wow. Ah. A green wig. So, Dave, the no solo and duos, that just means that there's no... that stuff is not going to be queuable. The 2 open world areas has, like, tons of missions, apparently, that you can do. And some of them will be soloable, and some of them will also be group as well. So even though there's no solo or duo to queue into, that time in content is made up within 2 open areas. Oh yeah, Picard wins all the time. I'm a Picard fan. Also, last thing I meant to talk about earlier, and I don't think I said it, is I'm gonna put it on my fingers, get off. And I had to look up the announcement for it, talking about the Age of Justice. Ew, that's on the test server. Nope. Where are you? I'm not even sure where it was worded, but apparently one of the open worlds. One of the open areas is free. Only one. What that means is I don't know which area is the free one. So the open areas, one open world area is free for everyone. That means that you do not have to buy the episode to play that open world area. The city. The war-torn village. Okay. The war-torn village, thank you guys, is open for everybody. Meaning that free-to-play, premium, and of course members can play that open area to their heart's content. It's weird. But it's also... it's weird because it's new. And, like, oh my god, it's like, this thing is free? The reason that it's free is because they want players to, free and premium and any of it, to really get a taste of the episode. To get, dip your toe in the water. Dip your toe. Just, like, let's see how this feels. Let's see how this is. And, as a member, as a subscriber, am I okay with it? Am I okay with players coming into a piece of content for free, only one piece, and playing it to see how it feels? Yes, I am. I am fine with it. You might not be, but I am. I am okay. Does it hurt anything? Does it devalue this episode? No, it does not. Why? Because players can come in here and go into this open world mission, and they can do the missions. They can get the war bonds. They can get their war bonds. They can get all the cool stuff and whatever. But what they can't do is they can't go on the vendor. They don't have access to the vendor. This is just a freebie. This is just for those players to come in and... Because, I mean, players have also said that, like, I really wish I could try this episode out before I actually bought it. No, okay, well, here's your taste. And I am truly excited to see how it works out. I want to see how busy that village gets. I want to know how many phases that village opens up. Because remember when the Starro Bounty came out? Meps came out into the forums at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Over 300 phases were active at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Thursday for the Starro Bounty. Over 300. EU was more than that. So it's crazy. So I'm really wanting to see how well this war-torn village goes. And see if this freebie means that players will buy the episode. I'm really interested. The drops are capped at 164. So 164 is the AF3, right? Oh yeah, that's right. And the freebie is only 1 month long. It's only for the month of June. That's it. It's okay. Night, Dave. So yeah, so the freebie is only a month long. So you can only, so as a freemium, free to play or a premium player, you can play the open world mission in the War-Torn Village for a month, for the month of June. Once July hits, that freebie's gone. And I want to see how this works. I really want to see how it works. It's really interesting. It's almost, and you know what? It's probably almost getting close to, we probably are going to see the return of open episodes again this summer. That might be coming back in August. That's another thing that could be coming up too. And open episodes was fun because we had a lot of players come in. Freemium. So, that's it for me for tonight, guys. I think I've talked enough, and you guys sat here long enough, and I thank you guys so much for it. I thank you guys so much for the bits. It's amazing. And as a quick shout out, because I think I can still do it, let me see, because I can normally actually see who follows me. Is it under here? Oh, good lord. Oh, wait, no, it's not today. That doesn't seem right. Hold on. How is this thing worded? Oh, okay. My god. Alright, so I want to give a shout out because I actually see the log here. Smoke some weed. I don't do that. You want that's actually what I'm about to do because this log shows everything. So start from today. Shout out to Green Lantern Glow. Thank you so much for the follow. Curse One for 18 bits. Super Saiyan Blue God for 15 bits. Gamerick for 5 bits. Illusion, thank you for hosting the game. Jareth for 10. Raph Prime for 30. Thank you to new follower Alex Tex Man, Divine Deity, Fish Naid, Ravenclaw for the 600-bit, Ravencroft for the 100-bit, Jareth for 10, Catmon for 10, D King Dallas, good to see you, the best dressed man at SOE Live for the 10 bits, Raph Prime for 10, Curse for 1,000, and Inkay for 5. Thank you guys so much for the love tonight. Thank you for the follows and for the bits. Really means a lot. And thank you so much for the hosts too. Thank you so much for the hosts. I missed a lot of the auto hosts. That hasn't really happened a lot. But be sure to hit me up on my Twitter at ThisIsTrex or follow me at Facebook.com/Trexlight. And even though I don't have a sub button just yet, if you guys want to throw a little support my way every month, head over to Patreon.com/Trexlight and become a Patreon supporter and get some cool perks. Like I said, $5 a month, you get a hug, and you also get a hug shout out at the end of every video I post onto YouTube. Oh, Laughing Coffin. Oh my god. Okay, so I swear to god, Laughing Coffins. If that is a name from Sword Art Online. Now, if it's from the abridged, I will high five you. I need to know. How's this game on PC before you go? It works fine. Now, you can play it on you can play DCUO. Yeah. I love Sword Art Online was a really good anime, and the bridge made it so much better. Like a bridges should. Now on the PC, I actually play with an Xbox controller. The player base, the PC and PlayStation have combined into one server, so our player population for DC on PC/PlayStation is pretty high. You aren't really sitting into PvE queues a lot. PvP queues, yeah, you're still having some trouble. But the player base for PC/PlayStation is still pretty strong. You'll probably find more PlayStation players than PC, but And yeah, they really want you to use the microphone. They will yell at you if you don't use the microphone. Not sure how, because they type so slowly on their keyboards on the PlayStation. It's funny. But PvP, slow. PvE, it can get slow. Just depends on your peak hours. I don't have a problem with SAO. I like SAO. I just like SAO abridged more. It's so much funny. That Kirito is a Kirito I can get behind. Because, welcome to the Kirito is Always Right Foundation. Carlin says she uses a keyboard, and I'm going to say she uses a keyboard and not say something smart, because when I said something smart earlier today, she really got mad at me, and I regretted that for the next hour or so. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow night, Saturday night, and we're going to be playing some more DC Universe Online on the test server, looking at episode 28 in all that we can in all of its glory. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Mwah! Night, everybody.